Okay, here we are. I made the boat. If y'all follow Instagram, you know that my plans have changed. I was going to head up to a place called Horsefly and do the Gold Rush snowmobile tour, the route. It's a route that retraces the historic Gold Rush days. Would have been really interesting and fun. However, I called the operators this morning and I've left it too late in the year. It's crazy boggy up there. He's the one fellow I was talking to, he doubted I'd make it on a dual sport. He says even the quads and the ATVs are having a hard time. So, plus it's -2 degrees up there right now. So I've definitely left it too late in the year. So plans have changed. I'm going to head to Lillooet area anyways. And what I'll do is once I hit that, I think that'll be stop 1, and I'll set up camp there. I'll probably get there fairly early-ish. It won't be a long day of travel today, but still just feeling everything out, getting the bike all set and whatnot. Plus I've got to find some time to come up with a new plan. Really am just winging it now. But yeah, so I'll find a campsite, someplace to camp up around Lillooet. Then tomorrow I'm going to start heading south. I think that might be the smart thing to do with the cold weather coming down from the north. I'll head south and I'll retrace. I'll go the Fraser Canyon route. Beautiful scenery through there, going through Hell's Gate, possibly all that stuff. So I'm going to enjoy my little ferry ride, and I will check in with you all in a while, later, whatever. Look at that. Sheer Rockies. Pretty wild. Just gorgeous. Just look at this. Okay, stopped in Pemberton for a quick cup of joe, and I'm gonna grab a burger and then we'll press on. But this is Pemberton, I guess, a little stop. Stopped at that little one there, little roadside one. They're always the best things to stop at rather than, you know, your big box restaurants, the ones that everyone knows. You usually get your best food at these things. Take a look at the mountains up there though. Crazy. So not too bad. It's been a good day's ride so far, and gonna have some food and press on. Okay, that was a pretty tasty burger. If you come through Pemberton, I recommend that little joint. It was it's really tasty. It's only open till 2 o'clock though. So you gotta make sure you get here early. All right, so I'm all fed up, tummy's full, and what's it called? The Lynx Cafe, little mobile cafe thing. Still can't get over the snow in the mountains there. That's just awesome. Look at all the jagged peaks. Beautiful. More snow over there. More snow over there. I'm surrounded by snow. Oh no. All right, so it's time to get back on the trail, back on the road, and go and find home for the night. Go and find some place to set up tent. All right, check back with you guys in a bit. Okay, I think this is going to be home for the night. Forest Service site, site number 5. Darren and Christine were here. Fire pit, river right there. That's pretty nice. I think I'll put my tent here someplace. Well, double check this. Nope. This is a real bummer. I'm embarrassed to admit, I forgot all my tent stakes at home. Great. Oh well, gotta make up some sticks. Okay, I made 2 little wooden stakes and then found the rest of my tent stakes. Oy, oy, oy. Anyways, back at it. Okay, there we have it, the Crf250l insulated tent. So that's a nice warm, water-resistant, insulated sort of wall and ceilings around it. Basically, I'm in a cocoon. Yeah, I got a nice foam air pad in there, so it also gives you a little bit of more warmth and insulation. And I've got my sleeping bag in there. Got her opened up. Sleeping bag, nice air mattress in there. She's dark and cozy. And then unfortunately, I mean, the downside with it being small, everything's got to stay outside, but we've got the tarp or the rain fly up, and then I'm going to set up another one over top of this kind of area, and that'll cover everything up. Should. All right, let's get at it. Okay, I was going to set up the tarp. I think I've got a little bit of time to get that done, but I think what's more important is while it's still kind of light out, got to harvest some firewood. So I found that they left this. I'll take that out and reburn that, but for right now got to go around and see if I can find any more. Take a look at some of these campsites, and maybe there's some real good Samaritans and they left a few behind for me. I don't know, I always leave my firewood behind, so I think it's proper camper etiquette. I'm not sure. Oh, look at this classic case. Pack it out, people. I mean, seriously, you're here anyways, put it in your car. Oh man, I tell you, I just don't understand people. So I didn't get a whole heck of a lot. There's another young family down at the far end there. They're camping here as well. They're already set up, so I assume they probably sent the kids to go and rummage, that's okay, that's fine. Kids deserve their little campfires and stuff, all part of the memories. So what that means is I'm going to have to go into the forest and forage and try and find some deadfall like this and this. Yes, this is going to be this fire tonight It's going to be a real good test on the Bigfoot Bushcraft fire starter, because it's pretty damp indeed. All right, there you go, home for the night. Always bring paracord, boys and girls, always bring paracord. So we got the Moto set up, she's all done, and the reason why the fly needs to stay up off the ground here is to circulate air. Otherwise, with all the insulating factor that it has, you get a whole bunch of condensation underneath. So we've done that. I then have the Go Outfitters Adventure Fly. This is actually from my hammock tent, but I like to bring it. And we've got it tied off to a few trees. And I've created myself a really nice little Shangri-La in here. And Lucy's all tucked in nice and dry. All my gear will be dry. And it's right on the edge of the fire. So the only problem I can see is maybe if the wind goes, all the smoke will go underneath there, but it's only smoke, no big deal. Okay, so now it would be time to process some wood and think about dinner, I guess. I'll get everything put away properly first while it's still light out, and like I said, I'll process some wood. Maybe I'll get into that Motocamp nerd flask. Wink, wink. Or maybe I should do that after the work is done. All right, well, wish me luck. This stuff's pretty wet. Even my base is wet, so I'll use the old Bigfoot Bushcraft. This will be a good test for it, like I said. Should be able to use one, but I'm going to use two because everything is so damp and wet and not very dry at all. So use breaker a bit and get all the fluffy stuff going on. Split it in half, break it a bit. Get all the fluffy stuff going down. There we go. And how's my striking skills these days? Not very good. Oh, almost. Oh no, really? Wow. There we go. That's not a good sign. Okay, get these guys going a little minute. Are you on fire too, little one? Yeah, okay, they're both going now. Ooh, a couple little dry twigs right there, right beside the fire. All right. It'll be interesting come tomorrow if that big rain does come. There we go. You know you wanna. Yep, you do. You want to burn and get critter all nice and warm and toasty. Please. Okay, that's looking so far so good. And this stuff was fairly wet, guys, so Bigfoot Bushcraft, thank you very much. Okay, camp set up, fire started, wood processed, time for a tasty beverage. Whew. That warms the tummy up. Even though the fire looks pretty good, I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear the wood actually hissing because it's so wet. So a little bit of a smoky fire, but fire nonetheless. Throwing off a little bit of heat, feels good. I'm actually off to a really late start today. 10 o'clock in the morning right now. I hit the rack last night at 8:30. I had a movie on my phone, so I watched the movie for a little bit, but geez, I was asleep by 9 o'clock, and here it is 10 o'clock and I'm just getting going. So definitely no rush on this trip, which is good. It was plenty warm last night. In fact, that tent kept me so warm that I had to open up the door partly through the night to just to cool off a little bit. I wasn't expecting to be that warm, so that was a welcome surprise. I slept pretty well, aside from the weirdest freaking dreams, man. So yeah, weirdest dreams. I don't know if you guys ever have those dreams where they're so vivid they're real. It's just bizarre. I had this dream that this family came and jumped on my campsite, and even though I was already set up here, and the guy just created nothing but problems for me. Kept on stealing my bike, and I had to keep waking up and looking outside the tent to make sure the bike was there, and just bizarre, really weird. But other than that, I had a great sleep. It's pretty cloudy today. I don't know if it's going to rain or not, so got to quickly get things going, get some breakfast in my gut, and then pack everything up and move on. So I'm going to do that, and I'll check in with you guys in a bit. In the words of the famous Porky Pig, that's all, folks. Time to roll on out of here. See over there, it's gorgeous. Not a bad campground. The sun's tried to poke out a couple of times today, so that's pretty exciting. It's warmer than it was yesterday. Now, where to? I don't know. Pretty incredible, that's for sure. I'm so glad there's nobody behind me. I'm just taking my sweet time, soaking it all in. I've actually let a few cars pass me already. What a cool road. Wow. Look at the color of that, holy smokes. Oh, look at this. Oh, imagine having that place right there.
Wow. Wow. Just gorgeous. Okay, back onto the road. What a great looking bike. I just love her. Yep. Many smiles per mile on that one. Okay, let's go see if I can find some grub. It's yummy time. See if I can find a nice restaurant to serve me some steak and eggs or something yummy. Had to stop and pull over. Just look at this. Man, it's gorgeous. All right, check this out. It's pretty nice. Windy as all heck too, getting blown all over the place. All right, I think this might be home for the night. Got some good trees there for the tarp. It's gonna rain for sure, I bet. Tent there, fire there. Typical BC Provincial Park campground. Not too bad. Let's get things set up. Okay, here we are, home for the night. Got camp all set up. When you don't have a tree to tie to, what do? Improvise. We'll see how that works. I mean, it's holding it pretty taut right now. Doesn't want to flip around or anything, so yeah. A little design on the fly. And we got Lucy undercover again. And we got the Moto set up. We've got my chair set up. Going to make up a little fire now and get some dinner happening. Okay, just sitting around the fire, waiting for my my pasta Roma to be ready. Another freeze-dried meal. I didn't get a chance to stop in at a supermarket. I really wanted a steak dinner tonight. Steak over the fire would have been so good. But yeah, I didn't stop in at a supermarket on my way here, unfortunately. So I'm going to enjoy the fire a little bit and eat my dinner pretty quick, and maybe that'll be the last check-in for tonight. We'll see how it goes. All right, talk to you soon. All right. Well, good morning. Start of day 3. A little overcast today. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. It did rain a little bit last night, but that was nice and dry. So, I'm going to enjoy a cup of coffee around the fire, and then I'll check the weather app and see if I can outrun it. I'm not sure where I'm going to go today. Oh, that's good coffee.
Alright, looks like my battery's just about done. I'll have to change that, charge up the rest, but that's it. End of this one. Left a couple of pieces of firewood for the next camper. Bike's all loaded up, and it's time to hit the road. Alright, let's go find some brunch. I could really go for some bacon and eggs, I think. Camp for night 3. This is the Rocky Creek Forest Service site. So I am the only one camping here tonight. I got the whole place to myself, just me and the bears. So let's get the bike unpacked and get things set up. Alright, here I am. This is the Rocky Creek Forest Service site, BC Park site. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Very typical of West Coast BC rainforest. All the moss on the trees, all the down timber with all the moss on it. Just a really cool place. Really, really cool. Just love it. I'm up in elevation, so it's definitely colder. It's going to get pretty cold tonight too, I think. But yeah, just look at that. There is a logging road just up the hill over there, one of the main thoroughfares. And the nice thing about this area, nice for some, maybe not for others, is it's an OHV area as well. So actually through that, you can see a white truck up there just climbing up the hill. I don't know if you can on the GoPro or not. But anyways, like I was saying, it's an OHV. And that means there's a lot of ATVs, quads, dirt bikes, that kind of stuff going on. You know, it doesn't bother me so much. I could see it bothering other people. If you wanted to come out here for quiet, it's probably not where you want to be. Yeah, I'm out here for the scenery, to tell you the truth. This is stellar. It's like the branches with the moss on them and stuff. It's just great. Just great. So I got tent set up. Camp is all set up now. No crazy critter bow braces this time. Instead I'm using turned over roots, uprooted roots, and the trees. So we got the main living area covered again. We got Lucy under a little bit of cover. We got myself there. Got the fire, drying out some wood, and I'm gonna make some dinner. Oh, it's so wet here. I'm in a deadfall. It is wet. Hopefully it dries it out. It should. that heated up a bit. I'm just gonna go up there and get warm. I'll do up all these little ones. Oh, old school. Old school bushcraft, using the knee. None of these fancy saws. Gotta get my coal base nice and hot. And then that way anything that goes in there will burn. This is just a semi-cheapo Fiskars saw. It works pretty good. Not too bad. I think it's about, gosh, a third of the price of a silky saw. I've never tried a silky saw, so I would like to see if it's worth all the hype. Well, I'm going to process the rest of this and check in with you later. Good evening. Welcome to Fireside Chat with Critter. Got all that, got all the wood processed. Got a whole bunch burning. The downside to that, the mistake I made, and I'm probably gonna pay for it later, is I worked up a sweat harvesting all that wood. So now I gotta hope that my underlayer does what it's supposed to and wick that moisture away from me and then dry. Otherwise, that's just gonna aid in heat loss tonight. I'll be cold, a little colder because of it. But yeah. Anyways, that's it in a nutshell. Just sitting here relaxing, sitting by the fire. Little fireside chat brought to you tonight by Motocamp Nerd for all of your moto camping accessories. Go check them out. Motocampnerd.com. It's good stuff. Unfortunately, he can only ship his merch to Canada right now, but when he's able to ship the tents and bags and such like that, I'll let you know, because I'll be buying some right away. So, one thing. Oh, still getting used to whiskey. Whew. So one thing I've noticed this trip, every time I pull into a gas station or the provincial campground I was just at, or the other campground, some people came over and yacked at me. The one thing I've noticed is everybody takes a look at the bike, my Honda Crf250l, which I love and whom I've named Lucy. Everyone takes a look at her and says, wow, such a small bike. How can you do that on such a small bike? And I guess that's the whole premise of my channel. Just showing that you can have a lot of fun on a smaller motorcycle. So far, I've done quite a few multi-thousand kilometer trips on it, fully loaded, with all my stuff. The trick, I think, with the smaller bikes is to try and be as minimalist as possible with your gear. Even though when it's fully loaded, it looks like a lot. I've weighed it, and it's just under 60 pounds worth of gear that I take. The reason why it looks so huge is the Crew of Motus, the tent there. It unfortunately only folds down so small because it's an all-in-one sleep system, insulated walls, an air mattress, a foam-filled air mattress for R value on the floor, and it's worked really well. Tonight will be a good test because I believe tonight up here where I'm at in the mountains, in the Alpine, I believe it's going to get to about 1 or 2 degrees Celsius tonight. So we'll see. It'll be a good test. We'll see what happens.
The previous nights though, so far on this trip, I've actually opened the doors to let the air in because I've just been way too hot in there. So that's really good. So back to the 250. Yeah, I guess that's the premise of my channel, proving that you don't need a BMW 1250 GS, Africa Twin 1100, KLR 650, all of the bigger bikes, the bigger adventure style bikes, to go out and have an adventure. I'm having a great time on this little bike. But granted, I'm not going to win any races, but you know what, when I'm off on adventure, it's my holiday, and I like to savor as much of it as I can. So that doesn't include clipping along at 120 kilometers an hour and just passing everything. My style adventuring is definitely taking the road less traveled, always veering to the right whenever I can, and just checking everything out possible. It may take me 2-3 times as long to get from point A to point B, but all of the experiences that I'm having during that time are just well worth it. Yeah, so I've done nothing to her powertrain wise. Still stock motor, still stock gearing. I have upgraded the suspension, mainly to support the extra weight of the gear. Myself, I fluctuate between 205 and 220. So even as a human, I'm overweight for the bike, what the bike's rated for. So I did upgrade the suspension. Huge difference there. But other than that, I put a larger tank on it, obviously, because the stock tanks on these things are ridiculous. You can't go anywhere with them. So I do have the Acerbis tank on there. I do carry 2 liters of extra fuel as well. I've yet to have to get into that extra 2 liters of fuel. I get roughly 300 kilometers on a full tank. Yeah, and it's just been great. I love that freaking bike. And you know, anyone out there that's thinking about getting into adventure riding, I would almost personally advise that you get a smaller bike and do that. Just on the sheer safety aspect of it, because think about it, I'm out exploring by myself on forest trails, and should I go down, I'm picking up my bike plus my gear 370 pounds. If I'm out on an Africa Twin, I'm now picking up, what's an Africa Twin, 500 plus, I think, plus my gear. So just under 600 pounds by myself. Not to say it's not doable, because it's very doable. Lots of guys do it. But just, I think, personally, I like to err on the side of caution, especially while I'm still developing my off-road riding skills. I've only been riding off-road for 3-4 seasons now, type thing. This year, hardly any off-road riding. It's just been stupid busy with work. But yeah, once I get those skills down pat, then maybe I start looking at a bigger motorcycle. Do I need a bigger motorcycle? Not really, because, well, Lucy's proven that she can go all the way down the Oregon coast, Crater Lake, and all the way back. She's proven she can go to Alberta and back. There's plenty of people that ride this thing around the world. Steph Jevons is one. She rode a Crf250l on all 7 continents. Nice cool base happening here. That's the trick to dampish wood, I believe. Get a hot coal base. Holy smokes, that thing's freaking hot. Woo. Hot, hot, hot. So yeah, anyways, 250L. If you're at home contemplating getting a bike, adventuring yourself, I recommend picking up a 250L. They're bulletproof. Everybody calls them a pig, and slow, and you know, you just accept it for what it is. If you're out there just to adventure and explore, and you're not looking to win any races, you're not looking to pop wheelies and do jumps and race BMX, or I mean race motocross, then it's a great bike. It really is. I absolutely adore mine. So I think that's enough of this fireside chit chat ramble on session, because I'm just rambling. But yeah,
I'm just going to sit back, enjoy the fire, try and get used to whiskey. I don't know. Tried a couple of different flavors, and I guess it's an acquired taste. I don't know. I'll get it. I'm sure. I don't know. It's a lot easier to carry this than it is to carry a case of beer. That's for sure. That bear over there probably thinks I'm absolutely nuts talking to myself. Oh, it's a cold one this morning. Cloudy too. Surprisingly, it's crazy how warm I stay inside that thing. That insulated part of the Motus tent works pretty good. Had a couple little visitors last night. Probably squirrels or mice or something. I don't think anything too large. Nothing raccoon sized anyways, or bear sized. But yeah, other than that, really great night's sleep. So the weather is supposed to get real ugly end of today and all day tomorrow. So I'm going to quickly have some breakfast, break down tent, break down camp, and start making my way home. I think I'll definitely come back to this spot again though. There's just so many Forest Service roads all around me to go and explore. You know, a guy could spend a week up here and just have a lot of fun checking everything out. I want to see where that one road goes because everybody's going on that road. So maybe I'll go check that out after breakfast before I head back home. Anyways, time for breakfast. So I haven't flown the drone much. Pardon me. I haven't flown the drone much because I took it out that first camp trip, or campsite, the one with the river, and I took off and I was going to get some nice aerial of the river and the campground. But while I was flying, the drone was up in the air for, maybe 2.5 minutes. And I lost control. It started flying by itself. So not exactly what you want a drone to be doing when you're flying over top of a river. So luckily, you know, it responded and came back. But yeah, it was a little nervy. And I haven't brought it out since. So I'm going to try here for a little bit, simply because I don't have any fast-moving water for it to land in and get washed away. So let's see if that was just a one-off mistake, a one-off happening, or if there's something seriously wrong with the old Mini. Anybody else have that problem with the Mavic Mini? Just all of a sudden doing whatever it wants, having a mind of its own? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. that was a successful drone flight. That other day must have just been a one-off, maybe. I'm not sure. But it's crazy. You get the drone up there, and I didn't realize just how far in the middle of nowhere I am. Got the drone up there, and I don't see anything around me. I did a 360, and there's nothing. Nothing. There's, which way was it facing? That way, behind me. Looks like there's a body of water behind me, and that could be where a lot of those vehicles are going that I've been hearing. So, yeah, wow. All right, there she is, all packed up and ready to go. Time to head back to the island, go and find a ferry. Maybe I'll stop for a brunch someplace along the way. Just got to, I got to get into cell service so I can find out where to go. Just scooting through parts of Vancouver, the outskirt of it, avoiding all the crazy traffic as I sit here in traffic. Really nice stretch of road. Done a lot of work to it. SkyTrain up there. Ever wonder how fast the SkyTrains go? Well, that's how fast they go. 83 kilometers an hour. Who'd have thunk? And we're chasing a SkyTrain again. Pretty cool. This isn't even Vancouver. Geez, where is this? Burnaby? I'm not sure. New towers everywhere. Crazy. Oh, another one of those. That's pretty cool how that's done. It's all seismic design. It's pretty neat. Just look at these things. Holy smokes. I don't get off the island much. Concrete and glass everywhere. Concrete and glass. Bunch of crazies around here, I tell ya. Welcome to downtown Vancouver.